A little bit of a random one today. We've got this beer. It's in a very sexy looking bottle, but this is from Aldi. So what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going off-piste. We're not doing craft beer. We're going to Belgium. And this beer from Aldi. Now, I've had this in my fridge since Christmas and I've just got it out. I thought, I hope the sell-by date's all right. And actually it says best before the 2025. So I don't know if that means anything to me. But, you know, this is a very sexy bottle. You know, it reminds me of... it reminds me of those hazy days when I was a teenager and I used to drink K-cider. It used to come in a black bottle, 8%. You know, you need a couple of them, get you on your way. But this is not a K-cider. It is a Bière Millésimée. I pronounced that probably completely wrong. It's a Belgian beer. I'm going to put my glasses on because it's got some really small writing. It says Cuvée Exceptionnelle Dry Hopped Beer. I said it's Belgian beer, but it's French. Brasserie de France. And that's about all we know. What we got an alcohol level, 5.5%. And as I say, let's face it, it's just this sexy bottle. This was, I bought it so long ago, I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely less than £2. What's the size of this bottle? Well, it's a 330ml bottle. It looks a bit weird in terms of size and shape, but it is still 330ml. So let's crack it open, get it in a glass, and see what it's all about. I thought I'd have this tonight because I'm just in the process of cooking a curry, and I always think that this sort of beer is always the sort of beer that goes better with curry. You know, it's going to be more lagery than most of the beers that I drink. So, we'll see what it looks like. Well, beer in a glass, it looks like a lager, but it's not overly light. It's very sort of copper coloured, but lots of carbonation, and it's fairly clear. We've got just about a finger of head. It's fairly compacted though. Quite interesting for what I would think is going to be a lager. Let's see if there's any aroma with this beer. Absolutely none. Oh, actually, something's coming through. Yeah, it's a real malty backbone with this one. Yeah, it's very, very sort of ale, French, Belgium sort of beer. You know, it's got that sort of aroma to it. Very, very malty. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Ooh. Yeah, it's got that funk that you only get. I mean, as I say, this is a French beer, but it's, I don't know, maybe it's French, but it's brewed in a Belgian way because this tastes like a Belgian beer. It's got that funkiness that you only get with sort of Belgian beers, which, to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of. I can only call it funk because it's difficult to describe. It's almost like a bit of cloves. Something like that. A sort of a spice in there that's just a bit weird that you don't really want in a beer. And that's what you've got. Carbonation's fairly soft though for this sort of beer. And it's smooth on the mouth, but it's still quite light. And that's it. There's that clovey funk. There's a bit of a malty backbone. And it's difficult for me to really sort of judge how good or bad it is because it's a style that I don't drink much of. It's not bad. I think it's the mouthfeel, it elevates it a little bit. It's smooth. It's almost got a creamy sort of mouthfeel, which is a bit weird for this sort of beer. It goes down nice and smooth. It's not overly fizzy. It's just got that funk about it. A few years ago, let's say 5 years, I probably would have gone, this is a funky sort of quite interesting lager. But it's not really that. It's a very continental sort of ale. Very much brewed in that Belgian way, but it's not bad for the fact that it's from Aldi. And let's face it, this bottle, I mean, if I was doing, I don't do scores for bottles, but if I did, this would be massive. This would be a 10 out of 10, wouldn't it, if it was out of 10? It's just so, it's such a lovely shape. It's this black colour. and you see this on the shelf and you want to buy it. A few years ago, I did a review on the channel that was another Aldi beer, and it was in a bigger bottle than this. I think it was a 660 bottle or something like that, or even a half litre. And it was similar, but it actually had a cork sort of top on it. And this is probably quite similar to that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's drinkable, which, you know, when you buy stuff from Aldi, that's going to be a positive. If you want something a bit different from your lagers, you want some of that sort of Belgian beer sort of flavour. That it's almost like that wheatiness as well, you know, like a wheat beer. It's got a little bit of that coming into it, but it's not overly wheaty. It's just a lightness of it. But for me, as soon as I tasted it, I thought, yeah, that reminds me of so many Belgian beers that I've drank. But it's not bad. It's smooth and there's no sort of weird twang to it. So, yeah, it's all right. Pick it up from Aldi because it'll look sexy in your fridge. Now, let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Sexy Little Black Number. This beer from Aldi. It's called Bière Millésimée. Something like that. It's a 5.5% dry hopped beer. That's all we know. I think that other one from Aldi was a dry hop. The big bottle was a dry hop. It could be the same beer, but a smaller bottle, and I've just reviewed it again. Anyway, it's worth your money, but, you know, it's nothing. It's not something that I'm a massive fan of. But let's go through the score. Starting with aroma, appearance, flavour, value for money, and my overall experience. Type the scores up, we get a total score of. It's recommended. It's recommended because it's cheap. It's not horrible. It's the sort, if you like this sort of style, if you like your Belgian beers, then you should definitely give it a go. Let me know if you've had this already, because as I say, it's been out a while. It's very drinkable. It's got more to it than a lager. It's got a bit more maltier backbone. It's got a little bit more sort of sweet, biscuity, sort of cracker bread sort of flavour as well. It's a bit more complex than your normal sort of lagers. It goes down well. I mean, if I had a couple, I'd probably get quite bored of them quite quickly. But, you know, hopefully what I've got left of it will go well with my curry tonight. So hope you enjoyed this video. Something a bit different. Not the normal sort of New England IPA. But we'll have plenty of them coming up on the channel. So please like and subscribe. And until the next one, you know what we're going to do. Drink good beer and keep on rocking.